work down on B1 in the World Trade Center.
What happened?
And the whole place just filled up with smoke. I popped our ears, we couldn't hear anything down there. Now I was told the 737 jet hit the building all the way up. The flames are still coming out of the Trade Center on the top.
Say it again?
I was told the 737 jet hit the building, but we're down on the B1 level. We work down there. The whole place filled up with smoke and everybody's ears popped. It was like unbelievable. It was like the whole place is clogged up like a thunderstorm full of smoke.
I know we was in the basement and this.
He was
destroyed.
Like a small private jet.
I was out here. I heard two explosions.
Did a plane hit that?
I heard two explosions. Two separate ones.
Small jet. Why the hell is it flying so damn low?
You know what? That could be a suicide jet.
Goes after
No way.
That was it.
I tried to light
How to get these people out of there?
I was just in the building. They were at to see what they were doing. I took the train, got out underneath. The smoke was in the train station.
And I was watching it and saying, it's good. You don't have to stand next to us. And it's gonna hit. And he said, no, we can't. And it did. I stood here and I just couldn't stop looking.
He could have missed the Twin Towers. He chose not to.
I don't know that he did. I don't know what they did. All I saw is him do a sharp bank and go right into it.
I heard it this morning. Yeah, it was very loud. And then I heard the bang and I thought, oh, it must be my imagination. I didn't realize until I came out now what happened.
Talk to me.
He went over this building right here.
I was looking up because I was mad at this factory right here. I said, damn, when they gonna open that? And then also I saw red and white stuff go over the building. But the fire department was sitting here all morning.
Yeah,
They
I
were
saw
sitting
it.
right
I
there.
saw
And I
it.
was wondering what they doing.
And I said, what is the fire department just sitting there for? That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Is it a conspiracy?
And I heard a boom.
I saw the person go overhead or something.
I watched it. I seen it go.
Wow.
And I heard the boom.
And I said, look at the smoke. That's what I thought. See, I thought as soon as it happened, I said, was it terrorists? Because the fire department been waiting there.
Like they've been waiting for him to come in.
Unless it's been planned to come in. Word up.
I saw it was a red and white plane. It was so low to this building right here, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought it was a jet.
It was big enough.
Yeah, it was big.
Hey, what did you see?
Well, I hear the explosion.
Okay, got it.
I just walked my dog and then I heard this plane coming down. And I'm born in 41 in Germany. I see a lot of bombing and it was always in the basement, so I could eep, and then it hit, and then another explosion.
Did you see it hit?
No, I live on Mercer Street further down.
But you saw the plane?
No, I heard it. It was big engine.
Right.
It was not just like a helicopter.
Right.
I hope not too many people have got hurt. No? Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, what happened?
Half my company is in both those towers and floors that got hit. I can't get through. I was there only 6 months ago. My office is now in Midtown.
What company?
Marsh McLennan, Marsh Inc., Mercer Consulting Group, and William M. Mercer, Putnam and Guy Carpenter occupy all floors in that range there that looks like that got hit.
Sitting at my desk, I heard a loud boom, and we said, what was that? And I ran out to the window, and I look out and I see smoke. The next thing I saw, I mean, you gotta look at it, the bottom elevator, the glass, just flames exploded out the front of the World Trade Center. Glass flew everywhere.
Two aircraft. The first one on one World Trade Center. The second one just happened.
Is it a plane?
You saw a plane going? A plane went straight into the building, right there into the side.
Plane?
Yes. How big is the plane? Yeah.
That was a direct hit.
Huge one. There were two planes.
Yeah.
There's two. One on each building.
Yeah, I saw the last one.
What are those people gonna do? On the second one? All the elevators are blocked out.
Yeah.
Well, the staircases must still be, right?
Well, it looked like a plane, and I was like, you know, good God, I was like, another plane's that close, and then, you know, you just saw that fireball, and everyone starts screaming and shit. Watch to the right of the building. You can see a plane fly in from the other side.
From the right?
Yes. right over here, you see a plane cross. See it? Yeah. Starting to come in right there.
Oh my God!
It's a second explosion was a plane. Yes.
Yeah. This is the second one.
What do you mean the second one?
Yes,
Second one explosion.
Two planes?
Yeah, look.
Look at the left side of the building.
See, watch.
Was that a delayed bomb? Or was it a second plane?
It was a second plane.
See the plane right there? And then it comes over here and hits the lower side. See?
Oh my God! There's two planes in here.
Two explosions.
Jeez. Man, I saw the first one hit, and then I went to the post office, came back, and I said, "What's that burning?" Oh my God! This one that flew over there was a big passenger.
It was loud. It
was
woke
big,
me up.
and it came from this side. That's what that high one is.
No, it happened actually when it was on the news. I was watching this, and they said it just happened at the Pentagon. Everything shut down. They've evacuated the White House. They're evacuating the Capitol. All the planes are stopped throughout the country. They said the U.S. is in complete lockdown.
We saw it. These guys are in the building. Come on. Okay.
Got over there.
Come on, talk to us.
Yeah.
Loud, brother.
Yeah, first of all, we were just in the building and we was looking out the window because we saw the paper going around and we was looking out. All of a sudden, we seen a plane come from this direction.
You on the same floor?
Yeah, 21st. I told you. I told you. We're right through this building right over here.
2 blocks away.
All right.
The second plane came from that side, right into the side.
Come on, let's go.
People trampling each other.
Thank you, reporter. It was terrible.
What floor were you on? Were you inside or outside?
We were in this building next door on the 21st floor.
What'd you hear?
We came down and saw the explosion. We were downstairs when it exploded.
Did you see a plane?
Yes,
Yeah, we saw
coming
the
from the
plane.
left side of the building.
Any markings on it that you might recall?
No, it was so quick. Just out of nowhere. Boom.
And then
Big.
what?
And then everybody started running, trampling each other. Like crazy. I mean, pocketbooks, everything I had was out of my pockets. I went back and got it afterwards.
So you felt the explosion?
Yeah.
Did you feel the first one or hear the first one?
No. We just looked out the window. We were in the building and we said, "Where'd the Yankees win the World Series again?" It was like a ticket tape parade. We were joking around, and then we looked out the window and realized that the building was on fire. We didn't hear it whatsoever. Then we came down to check it out.
I saw it all.
Were you in the building?
I was in the 50th floor of the Millennium Hilton, and I was getting ready to call my wife. I heard the whine of a jet. An American Airlines jet hit the tower. I know about planes. It was either a 737 or a 757. I don't know if they fly the Airbus, but the engine configuration looked like it was a 737. It had the nose down. It was hauling ass. I looked up and I thought, what is this plane doing coming so fast? And it just slammed right into the first tower. Blam.
What about the second explosion?
I think it was just from the heat of the fire. That's my guess. And when that happened, then they told us to get the hell out of the hotel.
Tell me your name.
My name's Doug Eisler.
Spell your last name.
E-I-S-L-E-R from Philadelphia.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Absolutely not. I've seen at least 10 people fall to their death and just splat like a ripe tomato. It's awful, but it's. I don't know who was at the controls or what was going on in the plane, but it was not a bomb. It was an American Airlines jet that crashed into the tower.
Thank you.
Sure.
This is a U.S. airline. It was a commercial plane coming towards us. I said, it's gonna hit my building. It's gonna hit my building. All of a sudden, it made a left-hand turn and a right, and it hit. All of a sudden, the whole downtown area just shook. It just literally, I thought it was an earthquake at 1.2, and then you could literally see the whole thing just explode. It was horrible.
Are you going to speak to some of the people here, or
Yes,
were you
ma'am.
here working?
I was here earlier with the United States Marshal.
And did you hear anything?
I heard 2 explosions.
What'd you see?
A lot of fire, just what you're seeing right now.
Can you say anything to comfort those who are concerned about loved ones inside?
Let me find them first, okay? Be safe, all right?
This is Carrie Feinstein, C-A-R-R-I-E. What did you see?
Correct. I was dropping my daughter off from school, riding along the bike path along the river, and I saw a big airplane over my head, very low, and I looked up and I thought, what in the world is this plane doing here? It's too low. And I looked up behind me and I saw this huge airplane crash into the side of the World Trade Center. And then I was
I was in shock, as was everyone, and we were standing there talking, how could something like this happen? And then all of a sudden, a smaller airplane slammed right into the other tower. I saw both of them happen. It was horrible.
When you saw the second one happen, what did it look like?
And it was a smaller, much smaller plane, but someone said it looked like a military plane, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about airplanes. All I know is I saw both of them slam into the building, and it was a horrible thing.
Did it look like they tried to stop it all or change?
No, it looked very deliberate to me. I mean, how could you miss the World Trade Center?
Thank you, Ms. Fonseca. This is Jack Berger. Mr. Berger, what did you see? You saw the bodies falling?
I work at number 7 World Trade Center facing one of the towers, and I saw at least 4 bodies falling from the east side into the space between the 2 towers. There's several bodies on the ground now in between the 2 towers.
Did it look like people were trying to jump to safety or just falling out of the building?
I couldn't see them leaving the buildings, kind of thing. I couldn't tell if they were falling out or jumped out.
What did you see again?
I saw 4 or 5 bodies jumping out of the northernmost tower around 9 o'clock.
Jumping or falling?
I'm sorry. I couldn't tell if they jumped or fell. I mean, they were falling when I saw them.
Thank you. What did you see?
I was coming outside of my apartment in the morning, and I heard a loud buzzing. I looked up. Plane's like maybe 100 feet up, went straight, or more than 100, and just crashed. The first plane hit there, blew up. 10 minutes later, I'm standing around looking, and another plane. I didn't see it, but I heard it, same noise, the buzzing, and just crashed into the second building.
You saw both of them?
I saw the first one. The second one I heard it and exploded, and people's witnesses.
What did the first plane look like?
It looked like a passenger jet, a huge 747 one.
What just happened right now? Were you up? Were you closer?
Oh, well, I was closer, and they just told everybody to move back because the building might be collapsing, and there might be another plane coming to hit the building.
All right, where were you, and what'd you see?
I was downstairs at the World Financial Center. We didn't see the first thing hit, saw the explosion, saw the glass coming down, saw the fire. We were sitting there watching, saw the second plane come in, came in low, directly into the center of the second building, right through.
Clearly looked like an attack.
I don't know if I would have got it. It definitely was. It looked intentional because it came in low and aimed for the center of the. It looked like it aimed for the center of the building.
What's going through your mind when you see a plane crash into the World Trade Center?
All I was thinking about at the time was I was worried about the people. You started seeing some really disturbing things. Some people trying to get out of the building and by jumping.
You saw people jump.
I did see people jump. I personally saw about 6 people, and I think that's when I was done, and I had to get away.
What's your name?
Keith Goldstein.
I was in B Tower.
B Tower?
A Tower.
What floor were you on?
B1.
What floor?
First one.
What happened? Tell me.
When a big explosion happened, some guy came out. His skin was all off. I helped him out. This is him all over. There's people jumping out of windows. I've seen at least 14 people jumping out of windows. It's horrific. I can't believe this is happening.
Anything else that you saw? Were you there for the second hit by the plane?
About 10 minutes later, the second building went off.
Did you see it?
Yes, I saw it. It just blew up. A big explosion. People started running. It was just chaos everywhere. Yes, I was right there. I was down in the basement. Came down. All of a sudden, the elevator blew up. Smoke. I dragged the guy out. His skin was hanging off, and I dragged him out, and I helped him out to the ambulance.
Where's the best place for him to be?
You gonna ask me questions?
Yeah, just relax. Just look at me, relax, okay? Go ahead. First thing, just tell me your name and where you work, what you were doing here.
David Blackson. I work at Solomon Smith Barney. I'm trained here at 7 World Trade Center, and I was walking to work about 8:45, and going south down Manhattan Island looked like a 737 jet. Went straight into the north side of the World Trade Center, and it kind of went in, looked like slow motion, and it looked like something out of a movie where explosions just kind of bubbled out the north side where it impacted, and then a huge explosion blew out the south side, and then little explosions went out east and west, and I mean it was just huge explosions. And
you were walking down the street and you saw the plane collide with the building?
First thing I heard was an airplane flying really low, and I thought that had to be a fighter or something to be flying that low. And I looked up, and it's a huge passenger airplane, and it's kind of tilted on its side. And I thought, there's no way that thing's going to miss the building, or it's either going to swerve left or right because it's too low to miss the building. And I just couldn't believe it. It went straight into it, and it was obviously intentional. And then, 10 minutes later, a second plane coming from the other direction hit the other building and blew out the other side. I just saw the explosion coming out the second building about 10 minutes later. But
could you see what kind of jet it was? Were there any markings? Was it an airliner?
It looked like an airliner. The first one, I didn't see the second plane. The first plane looked like a jetliner, like a 737 you would get at the airport with engines on both sides. It looked like something, any normal jet, like a 737 maybe.
You said it looked like it was intentionally headed for the building. What makes you say that? Was there no smoke, or could you tell the plane was in distress?
Well, the engine was making a lot of noise, but I think that was more because of the dive it was taking. It didn't look like there was smoke or anything. It just looked like it was coming straight south, and then it veered. You can see the cut of the incision into the building is sideways, so the plane was slightly on its side, and that's why it made me think maybe it was in distress. But then when it obviously hit, there was almost no doubt that it was intentional.
You were walking in the neighborhood. Was there debris flying off? Were people on the street hurt?
I wasn't that close. I was about 5 blocks away from where I saw it. But what we did see for the next 5 minutes were people jumping out of the building in suits, and even 10 or 15 minutes after the first explosion, people were still jumping. It was unbelievable.
What do you mean, people jumping out of the building?
You would just be looking at the building. You would see some debris kind of flickering down, but then you could clearly see people in suits jumping from floors above, and I don't know if people jumped from below where it impacted, but definitely from where the hole is, people were coming to the edge and just jumping out. And I saw like 3 people. People around me saw like at least 10 people jumping out of that building.
I mean, that's about 70, 80 floors up. You're saying they jumped from the open hole?
I guess they saw there was no escape at that point, but that's what we saw. I don't know if people were falling out by mistake or jumping on purpose, but it was pretty incredible.
Thanks for joining us.
What tower were you in, ma'am?
We're in the, what are we in, 3 World Financial Center. We heard a big bang, and then we saw smoke coming out, and everybody started running out, and we saw the plane on the other side of the building, and there was smoke everywhere, and people are jumping out the windows. Over there, they're jumping out the windows, I guess because they're trying to save themselves. I don't know. And I don't know, everybody just doesn't know where to go. They won't everything is blocked off. You can't even, they're telling us to get out, but there's nowhere to go. And then I heard that another plane hit, and if you go over by there, you can see the people jumping out the window. They're jumping out the window right now. Oh my God.
All right. Did you get it on film as it was coming down the second building?
No, I missed that. I just got people screaming.
I saw the first plane hit the building. I didn't have my camera. I was going to photography shop Spectra, and if I had my picture, I could have gotten the plane was flying low. I could have just.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee.
Give me a cup, and I'll come over there in a minute. Get me one of those something good.
Wow.
Can you believe it? The World Trade Center.
I know. It's crazy.
I mean, it's like something fucking like the craziest thing that could ever happen. But I mean, what's Bush gonna do? We're gonna have to fucking bomb some country. I mean, there could be thousands of people dead. A 747 or 757, someone said hit the back. I went in the photography place after the first one, after 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I come outside, the second building's on fire. I didn't see that. But that came from behind. The first one just was going, it was a plane flying low. We were looking at a 2-inch plane. It just went right in. Didn't try to avoid it or anything. If I had my photography teacher, I'd take pictures at IC. He says, always carry your camera. Last night I was taking pictures of Deepak Chopra. I went and saw him speak, and I had about 3 pictures in there. So this morning, I took pictures of my dog in the apartment. We lived there, and then I went to take them developed. And if I had 10 pictures, I would have brought the camera with me and shot them on the way. I mean, I could have had it on the,
Now you'll never forget.
I know, and I'll always carry it, but I mean, it's a shame. It's very sad.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, you too.
Well, we didn't see the first one, but we stopped, and then while we're watching the first one, The second one, it looked like a plane, but I'm hearing that it wasn't. But that had to be the explosion that flew everything out, and it looked like a plane went flying by. But on the second one, but apparently I'm listening to you. But that was a huge explosion. Oh, we saw the second explosion. It comes flying out, and I thought I saw something go by, but maybe it was just the inside of the building coming flying out on the second building. I mean, it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Bill Broderick. And I was going to work the park right over next to the World Trade Center with my wife who works in the World Financial Center. Man alive, we're 10 minutes, we're lucky. It's just, this will put the fear of the Lord in everyone, won't it? People can do this. I just have to pray to God not too many people are dead. This is really scary.
Bill Broderick, where are you from?
From Manhattan.
You think she'll talk to me? I know she's shaking.
Yeah, she is crying.
No, okay, I'm as shaken as you are. I don't know.
I just tried to call my office and
the lines are all busy.
Lines are all busy. So.
Tell me, what'd you see?
It's the most extraordinary thing. It's heartbreaking. People that run that building. It's scary. I work at the World Financial Center right across the street, and I'm just speechless. It could have been my building. My heart goes out.
Did you see a plane go?
I did not see a plane. I didn't. They said the plane hit the first building. The second building just exploded. I just saw a big explosion. That's all I saw.
You're watching it.
I'm watching it. I'm speechless.
Your name is Susan?
Susan.
And you're in World Financial Center? What do you do?
I work at a brokerage firm. And I just try to call my office to see if everything's okay. The lines are all
Yeah, it's just swamped. It'll take a while. I can't even call home. I can't even call my office. I know. Yeah, you may just need to stay here.
I mean, this is a terrorist act. It just breaks my heart that there's such a big thing in the world. I don't know. I mean, these are people. These are human beings with families.
Does it appear apparent to you that it's a terrorist act?
What could it be? It happened. I was there years ago when it happened. I was right across the street. The windows came in. I mean, I watched the whole evacuation. I was there. So, right, it's the World Trade Center. It's prosperity. It's America. They're attacking us again. That's what it seems to me. What do you think?
What do you do again?
I work for brokerage firm.
Brokerage firm, okay.
You just heard some news?
They don't know about the second, but they said the first plane was hijacked from Boston. They hit the first, but then they hijacked. This is all unconfirmed. It's all over. Everybody's saying all kinds of things.
You did?
I was on the fourth floor and I saw it come down, made a bang. The airliner? Yeah.
That would be a lot.
That's where it went in it. Yeah.
Where were you when that happened?
I was on the fourth floor. I work in the post office.
Where's that at? Post office.
Right across from the Trade Center, right next to it.
Do you know what time that was?
The last one happened about 2 minutes after 9.
And the first one?
About 8:30.
Another one.
We know what time the last one was, but I just hit out to lunch at 9 o'clock.
You're lucky.
We didn't even get to hit out for lunch. I got a jet airliner. About 2 minutes after 9, the last one. And I just went to the window. Yeah.
Is that a carrier station you work at?
Yeah, that's what about. It's a federal building. Like this. It came from toward Broadway. It came this way and went up bank.
Right.
Right in the corner of the building.
And what happened? Did it go into the building?
Well, it exploded upon impact. Church Street Station. Yeah, it exploded upon impact.
Down here from California, we're in the attacks.
Did you see that? What?
About 9 o'clock.
You saw?
Yeah, I saw about 4 people.
4 people jumping?
Yeah.
Bodies?
They looked like they were skydiving. They had their hands out like this. And their legs like, you know how you skydive? Yeah.
You saw that too?
Oh, serious.
Yeah, they were coming out of it. They had no choice.
A guy just dropped about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Burn or die from the sleep. They just figured, hey.
No, that's what they said. That's what they said.
What did they say?
Another plane might be coming, so.
What brings you to New York?
Vacation, basically.
Okay. And
unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Just can't believe it. It's just unreal, really. It's just no words, got no words. Just don't know what to say. Well, first we heard about it was in the hotel this morning, but it's just incredible. It is. It's lost for words.
What's your name?
My name's Dave. Dave from London in England.
Okay, last name?
Weeks. R-W-E-K-S.
R-W?
R-W-E-K-S.
All right, thanks, Dave.
No problem.
I'm just looking for comments about the tragedy.
I think it's terrible. Terrible place that we have to try and raise our children. Just outrageous that people would even contemplate to do something like this. Outrageous. It's a terrible place.
What's your name?
My name is Vita Robinson.
Vita. Thanks, Vita.
I'm alright.
Jay with Reuters TV, work over there. What's your name?
I'm Doug.
Doug, last name?
Calcutta.
Okay, Calcutta?
Yes.
Doug, tell me, how do you feel? What do you think?
I have no clue, man. I'm still in awe about this whole thing. I want to see what's left of them. I mean, if there's anything left of them. I mean, look at that. That's like crazy. I mean, it's insane. This should not be happening. Not here. It just shouldn't be happening here, man.
Do you think, is there a reason why it happened here?
Yeah, sure. They're talking about, like, the capital of the world. New York City. It's Manhattan. What better place to hit, I guess, you know? Got tons of people to kill a bunch of innocent people. These people are all crazy, you know? They believe that they're going to go to heaven after doing something like this. They're all insane. You know? They'll get theirs, though. I ain't worried about it. George Bush push the button and people will blow up and die, and I'll be satisfied.
Is that the way to solve this, eye for an eye?
Yeah, why not? I mean, at this point, I mean, look what they did. They killed God knows how many thousands of innocent people. The dead, you know? People just driving by got killed, you know what I'm saying? It isn't right, but, you know, why not go blow up something in their country? You know, an eye for an eye is, I guess, the best way to go. I mean, what are you going to do? What else is there to do?
Sanctioned assassination. Jews got it right.
So what is it? How do you do it?
Find out who they are. We got CIA, whoever. They can figure out where these people are and then just take them out. As few civilians as possible, but yeah. I think we got to take somebody out. Or else what? Just going to go on until when? You know, this is not war. This is, you know, this is terrorism. How do you fight terrorism? You know, you got to go after the heads. Kill the head and the body will die, maybe. I don't know.
What's your name?
Richard Moriali.
Moriali?
Yeah.
Is Calcutta like the town, like in India?
No, C-A-L-C-A-D.
I can't spell.
Major tragedy. It's a disaster. What is it to say?
Is it something to do with America being aligned with Israel, you think, and the Jews?
Arabs are hateful people altogether. They hate anything that has to do with freedom, anything that has to do with sanity. So I guess anybody has to do with sanity or with freedom, they'll hate, they'll bomb, they'll kill.
You think it's all Arabs or just a few Arabs?
No, it's not all Arabs. Just a few. I mean, it's a minority, actually, but they stick out.
As a pious person, how do you make sense of this? If there's a God, why does this happen?
I'm not going to answer that.
No one can answer that. Is there any comment from you? Gotta get back. All right,
The second explosion looked like a ticket tape parade with all of the... you saw the plane when it hit? I didn't see the plane. So you only heard the explosion? I heard the explosion and I was in an elevator. I was very, panicked. Thanks.
82nd, and I'm late by 30 minutes to work. Everybody died. Everybody died in all those stores.
Okay, what happened here? I'm working the top of 11 Hanover here, and as we're on the scaffolds up here, we start our day. The first aircraft, it appeared to be an accident to me. The first explosion, and then everything erupted. The building went in flames on the left-hand side from where I was standing. Okay, the second plane approached the building after I came in and let you guys know. The second plane, I went back upstairs, and the second plane flew directly into the right side of the building, hit head-on shot right into the side of the building. I mean, we have a huge hole. We have a lot of dead American people up here, and we need answers. We need answers now. We need answers from the president. We need answers from our government. We need to get to the bottom of this. We need to stop it right now. We have a lot of dead Americans up there. Okay, this is a tragedy.
Can't believe it, man.
Your name? My name? Yeah. My name is Dwight. Dwight? Okay, Dwight. Chef. Chef? Yes.
Did I see it? No, I was supposed to be on the 82nd floor for a 9 o'clock meeting, and I was about 10 minutes late to get there. And they're telling me now that planes were going through the 82nd floor area. So I guess I was kind of covered by somebody up above. There's no way. I mean, I'm late for the meeting. Somebody told me to be that way. There's no meeting.
This guy's got something to say.
And your name, sir? Steve. Steve Hausch.
Hausch?
Yeah, Steve Hausch.
Spelling? Hausch?
H-A-U-S-C-H.
Titus? How are you?
Just look in my eyes.
We were on the 34th floor of this building right here, 48 Wall Street, and we heard an explosion. We went up to the roof and we seen one of the towers on fire. So we're up there actually watching the tower on fire, and another plane comes in and hits the other tower, and there was like a ball of flame so big I couldn't believe it. It actually, you felt it in your face. And then it was just like both towers are on fire. Bad fire right now. There had to be a lot of injury in that building. Michael, I'm going to Otis Elevator. Morigi. M-O-R-I-G-I.
I think a bomb went off in the lobby first, then a plane hit the building. But then another plane hit the other building. But when I was coming through the doors on the other side of the Trade Center, something, either they blew the lobby up or something, because it blew the glass out of the doors and knocked us all down, and I got smoke and everything on me. I just feel a little shook up because I got blasted. I'm just trying to, you know, I wanted a drink of water. They don't have any water though. I think a bomb went off in the lobby first, then a plane hit the building, but then another plane.
Standing in front of the Soho Grand Hotel, and the doorman, I went to fire alarm company, the doorman goes to me, wow, I never seen a plane flying so low. And we looked out at it, all of a sudden, boom, it seemed like it wasn't even real. And we came running over here closer to the place, and all of a sudden we saw the other explosion. I don't know.
And as I was on 6, it came round and I was like, holy fuck! And it hit the second tower, and then the impact blew out this way. So it was two planes about 10 minutes apart. And obviously it's terrorists.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way it's nothing else.
Yeah.
But even these guys, these are guys, I don't know what these guys are like, Secret Service or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Because I just had a conversation with a guy, and he goes, well, tell me what's happened.
How do they know?
But I've just heard their radios, and they want everybody out of this area because they say that this area is a danger zone, and there could be more like impacts or missiles or whatever. Fuck knows. But did you just see what I saw?
Yeah.
That's fucking
been going on all.
bad.
These guys saw it half an hour ago.
So people are alive up there jumping.
I got to believe these people are.
I guess they're
deceased or
fire
or
smoke or whatever. And all the choice.
And no one's cell phone's working.
Of course, they cut it so that all their phones will work.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no way they're going to let you call your mates because the police need as much bandwidth as possible to call everybody.
And everyone knows someone.
I heard. I was at home. I heard the. And then I heard this. And I live on 10th, and I went, a fucking plane's hit downtown Manhattan. And then my girlfriend was wanting to work. She called me up. She goes, Andy, you're not going to fucking believe this. A plane has just flown into the World Trade Center. So I just grabbed everything and ran out here. So I've been shooting footage coming all the way down there until I got here.
I just thought it was a second explosion. I didn't realize.
No, because everybody this close couldn't see it. And I was up there and I saw the fucking thing come in.
First one impacted there?
First one was here coming from downtown.
You saw it impact?
No, I didn't. But I was standing there and I saw the second one come from Newark direction. And it just went straight to the back of the building and the explosion came out uptown.
Yeah, when I got the subway out. Yeah.
It was that side?
It came from back, yeah.
Wow. I'm in a financial center.
Me too. I just got the subway.
Where were you working and what did you hear anything?
I work on the floor of the New York Mercantile Exchange for ABN AMRO. I was coming out of the tunnel by the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, and after the first plane had hit, I was walking up West Street, and I heard a roar, and I looked around thinking that it had to be a helicopter, and I looked up and I saw the second plane hit. It had to be a commercial-sized airliner.
What went through your mind?
That it couldn't be real. Just that it couldn't be real.
As you looked up there, I mean...
I'm seeing bodies falling out of the building. I feel for the families. I just feel bad for the families.
Thank you, sir. Do you work down here?
So
what building do you work in?
We're in 305.
Tell me, what happened?
You want to go? We were in a conference room on the 10th floor, and we saw a plane coming very low from this direction, and everyone said, wow, that plane is very, very low. It was kind of flopping back and forth, and it just did not seem good, and then we heard the crash. We ran to the window.
Into the building. It went into the Trade Center.
We hit the Trade Center. We saw the shrapnel fall, and then we said, get out. And then by the time we got to the street, people said they saw a second plane come into the second plane was United. The first plane was big. Alec, you saw the second plane?
Commercial airliners.
What went through your mind as you're watching this?
Get out. Holy shit.
the
The first one we thought was an accident. When we heard there was a second one, we definitely thought it was terrorism at that point. We now just heard something happen in D.C. also, but this is all hearsay. But we were like, we ran to payphones to get our people out because we actually got to them before they were evacuated.
And when you look up there now and you see that,
You see people falling.
It's awful. I can't talk about it.
What's your name, dear? What's your name real quick?
No. I
name?
My name.
Tell me about it.
I didn't hear it. My office mates heard it.
You guys hear it?
We heard the second plane crash into the building, but we saw the impact come from the other side. The plane crashed from the right side of the building, and the impact blew the left side of the World Trade Center out on the second building. That's all we saw, and everybody just panicked and ran.
Did you see the first impact or the second?
We didn't see I didn't exactly see the impact, but we heard the impact. The people standing on the other side saw the impact. We just saw the windows blow out on the other side from the second building.
And when you saw that,
we heard a loud boom like it was a jet or I thought it was a missile going into the side of the building, because the way the other side of the building crashed out was it's just too intense.
Can you believe what you see up there?
No, I can't believe what I see. Can't believe what I see. It's a tragedy. Tragedy. Surya.
First name?
Surya.
Spell it.
Suriya.
Last name?
Sunthorn. Sunthorn.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good day.
What exactly did you see?
Okay, I saw this plane going out of control and then hitting the tower, and then like 20 minutes after I just saw another plane coming on the backside, making a huge turn and then hitting the other tower.
Where was the first plane coming from?
From north.
What did the plane look like?
Like a 737, like a jet plane. Like a jet plane, I mean, like a normal plane, commercial plane.
Did it appear to be veering out of control, or did it go straight into the building?
He was apparently going out of control, like before to hit the building, like if someone tried to get out of the way, and then it was really like if someone was telling the pilot go and straight and hit the tower.
Did the plane have any markings on it? Did it look like an American Airlines or a
Yeah.
like an American?
Like United Airlines, like probably like the orange and blue sign. Wow. It's just like there's bodies everywhere falling down.
There are bodies falling down?
Didn't you see it? I mean, people just throwing themselves through the window.
Can I have your name, first and last name?
My name is Kwame. It's Kwame. Leduc, L-E-D-U-C.
I see people on the ground because it says a plane. So if you don't see people on the ground, I said, oh my God, I can't take this. Too much people, man.
But did you see it?
No, I don't. I just see metals and everything coming down. That's all I see.
Can I talk to you for a second? So you saw this, right? Can you guys come over here, please?
Oh God.
And it was about a block and a half, 2 blocks away. It started coming down. I turned my camera on, got the initial fall, got the debris, turned my camera around like this, and ran up to where we are now, which must be 10, 12 blocks away from the scene. I'm exhausted.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.
You all right, Stan?
Okay, what's your name? Yvonne. Here, do it this way.
Yvonne Berger.
Berger?
Yeah, I work at Lehman Brothers.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw the plane just collided into the middle, and then I saw the people jumping out of the buildings. It's just horrible. All these people are just jumping because they're on fire.
So you
And
saw people
my
fall?
coworker, his wife is on the 82nd floor.
Do you know any of these people at all?
No, but my coworker's wife is there, and I feel so horrible. I don't know if she made it out.
Where were you exactly?
I was outside when I was coming into the building because I came in a little late today, and I just saw the whole plane go right into it.
Did you see both collisions?
I just saw one of them because I was on this side. It's
And were you in the
horrible.
middle of the smoke? What was
They
falling
just
down
started.
around you?
They
What was
just
going on?
started pushing everyone out of the way, and then everybody just started running because you heard the explosion.
And what did you do?
I just ran, and everyone just stayed on the sidelines watching all these people jumping out of the building, and they're all on fire. It's just horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Our heart goes out to the people.
Thank you.
It's horrible.
What's your name?
My name is Jason.
Jason. What's your last name, Jason?
Jason Johnson.
Tell me what you saw.
Well, I was working in the building, DC 37, working for the polls. They evacuated the building, and when I came out, all you saw was flames. Next thing you know, people just dropping out the building. So I counted like at least 33 people dropping from just this side of the building. I can imagine what happened on the other side. And I'm just glad that none of my family in there. That's from what I know.
And as we were standing outside the building, we just seen the whole front side of the building just fall.
Boom, boom, that's all I heard.
That must have been such a terror to actually be here and witness this.
Yo, I done seen people get shot and stabbed, but I never seen
as
this
we know of,
before.
it was 2 planes that crashed into the World Trade.
That's what they said.
What
Somebody.
happened to the Pentagon, right?
No, what happened?
There's a plane that crashed in the Pentagon too.
Well, somebody had just told me when I was over there. They said it had to be a terrorist because he was outside when the first plane crashed. He heard the boom, and when they evacuated his building, he saw the second plane come. The second plane circled around the building, and then saw the building just went straight into it. He said the second plane knew what it was doing.
CBS Evening News. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, my name is Lisa Fleischer. I live down in Gateway Plaza, which is right across from the World Trade Center.
Where were you?
I
when
was
this happened?
standing on the street, and I heard the first explosion, and I ran, and I didn't see what happened. But then I saw the second explosion happen. It looked like a plane rammed into the second building, and then that exploded as well. And
What
you know,
happened?
from
What
there-
happened at that moment of impact?
It was just, I mean, you saw it
It was
too.
just an a huge fireball, and pieces flying out, papers flying, and it was
Debris flying.
heat coming off from the explosion.
What did you think it was? What did you think it
Well,
was?
we knew. I mean, at the second hit, that it was obviously a terrorist attack. I mean, the first time we just, the first explosion.
PS3, if anyone wants to know. There was
Yeah. Yep.
There was raining
PS3.
debris all over
Yes,
you?
there was debris raining all over the
What
place
about
on the
bodies
street.
flying? Tell me, what happened?
No, it's
Well,
people
we-
were jumping.
People were,
Are
we saw
jumping
people
from the-
jumping, yes, but I mean, I'd rather not say in front of my daughter.
must
But
have been
our first
terrifying.
thought was we had to go to the school and get my daughter and make sure that she was safe. So we just started running toward the school.
Thank God
So-
you're okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's the most scared I've ever been in my whole life.
What happened, sweetie? What did you hear or see?
She was
It
in
started
school.
when I was in my classroom, and we heard the explosion. The whole classroom, it felt like the whole classroom jumped.
You heard both of them?
Yeah.
Did you hear both things? And then what did you do?
Well, we had to run into the gym because they said, please stay away from the south side of the building.
What's your name, sweetie?
Lily.
Lily? Thank you, Lily.
I don't know.
Go. You were in what building?
I was in One World Trade Center.
And what was it like in there? Did they start evacuating?
Yeah, as soon as it got hit, I was thrown to a window. So I was very lucky to get out. There's a lot of people that didn't get out. There's a lot of people coming down the stairs, burnt up. It's bad.
Were there other people that were hurt or lying
There
there?
was a lot of people hurt. They were lying on the floors, coming down the stairs. A lot of people had asthma attacks while they were coming down. It was bad. It hit in One World Trade Center, it hit somewhere on the 67th floor. I was on the 56th.
And was it chaos trying to come down the steps?
Yes.
What was it like? Describe it for us.
Everybody was on top of each other trying to come down, and then somebody finally calmed the crowd down to get them to come down the stairs in an orderly fashion and get them out of the building.
And what just happened now?
The building just came down. One of them, I don't know which one came down. I don't know if it was one or two.
What did you start doing when that happened?
Running. Like everybody else, but trying to calm the people down while they were running, because I told them this is how people get hurt. Is when they start trying to, get out of the way, and it's just crazy. I just thank God I made it down from 56.
What's your name?
My name is Debbie.
Debbie, your last name?
Troy.
Troy, and where do you work?
I work at C&P Press.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie.
Just tell me, what did you see? What did it look like?
It just looked like a lot of smoke on the upper floors. That's all.
Collapsed. It looked like the entire building collapsed down on top of itself and spreading debris all over. I mean, it's a horrific scene. I just wish we knew who we were at war with.
No. You were in part of that other blast? Just tell me, what did you see? What did it look like?
It just looked like a lot of smoke on the upper floors. That's all.
Collapsed. It looked like the entire building collapsed down on top of itself and spreading debris all over. I mean, it's a horrific scene. I just wish we knew who we were at war with.
What do you think of it?
I think it's terrible. You don't know whether it's an enemy from within or it's an enemy without.
It's horrible. There's no words for it.
There are no words, are there?
No. This is time when Americans come together. Joseph Fichera.
Spell the last name, Joe.
Fichera.
Terrific. And?
Paul Sutherland.
Paul Sutherland, S-O-U?
S-U-T-H-E-R-L-A-N-D.
E-R-L-A-N-D. Thank you. Roland? Yeah. You were in the lobby of the main tower?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me, when the first explosion, what time was it roughly?
I really don't remember.
About 8:45. Tell me what it was like.
I just heard a big blast. That was it. And wait a second. And I started to. I heard that noise once before, and took off. The lobby was flooded with water, putting out the fires. And then I went back to see how my friends were. And the blast just happened now, and I got caught across the street. A couple of guys helped me get into the building across the street. That's about it. That's all I know. Oh, God, it's amazing.
What do you think?
I really can't even think. I'm just like, I'm just out of breath. I just hope my friends are okay. God.
You had friends inside there?
Yeah, they were on the 88th floor of One World Trade Center. So, I can't talk. I really can't talk.
I understand. What's your first and last name?
Joseph Napolitano.
Joseph Napolitano?
Yeah.
All right. Joe, you got to sit down. 20 seconds. Okay, Kathleen. Take it for me from the beginning, Kathleen. What did you see? What did you hear?
I heard a plane, low, and I looked out the window, and then I saw something push the building in, and then I saw the tail, and then I saw flames engulf the whole upper portion, and then I saw the smoke, and the whole trailer rocked. The trailer was almost lifted off the ground, and then I just started screaming because I could feel what was going on with the people.
What could you feel?
I just felt pain. And all I could think of was my family, to make sure that they knew I was okay, because they know that I work here. It just tore me up like it tore up the building. And I just can't believe anyone could do that, regardless of what your political views are. How anybody could do that to innocent people. And I remember looking at the clock that it was 9 o'clock, and I said, here's people sitting at their desks with families. And then they weren't anymore.
And then there was a second plane.
Then I was on the phone with my mother, looking out my window in my office, and she said, oh my God, another plane hit. And then I saw the burst of flames and the smoke, and then I just started screaming. Because then I felt it all over again. I just felt it all over again. I hope I never, or anybody ever, has to know that feeling. And the people just milling around, lost. Everybody looked lost.
They didn't know what to do. What could you do?
Nothing. Pray. Pray that God took them quick. The impact was unbelievable. And the flames and the smoke.
And even now, Kathleen.
Can't even look at it. Because all I can see are people. I don't see a building, I see people. People hurt. Children without mothers and fathers tonight. So I ran to the phone and I called my daughter's school to make sure that my daughter knew I was okay. And my family knew I was okay. And we let people use the phone to call their families. Because that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Now, when the plane, exactly what part of the plane you saw?
The tail.
All right.
I saw a silver flash and the flames, and I saw a pointy tail. That's how I knew it was a plane. It's like a silver flash. It was sunny today, so it was silver. And I saw the tail. Because it went in. If it was a bomb, it would have gone out, and it went in. And everything was pushed in. And then we saw the people jumping. We saw what we thought was debris, and we realized it was people jumping.
Firefighter Louis Caccioli of Engine 47 barely made it out alive.
As we came downstairs, we were just dragging people along with us. And then when we came outside, it just blew, the tower blew, and I found the mask on the floor as I was crawling. And I was lucky to make it out here.
So tell me, where does TV? Tell me, what happened? What did you see? Up near the top of the building, there was off to the, as I was facing the building this way, to the left-hand corner, there was like flames coming out of the side of the building, and then it started to spark, and then there was an explosion, and then it all became smoke. There was just dust and clouds everywhere. Dust and clouds everywhere after. I mean, look around the street. This is what's left of the building, I guess. We were talking about, you think there's a chance for people on the street? I'm sure. The rescue workers, people that might have still been in the building, because it looked like the whole top of the building came down. How many floors could you tell? Probably the top 40 floors. Yeah. Because it was up that high. What's your name? Don Halasy. How do you spell it? Halasy. Photographer with the Post. Yeah, New York Post, man. I understand.
Listen, everyone go north.
What happened?
Go north.
What happened here?
Dude, man, that thing's gone. It blew up. I don't know. I came down. I'm alive. I just want to know if my wife is alive. I was on 82.
82?
Yeah.
How'd you come down the stairs?
Stairs.
What was that like? Panic?
No, it was calm until I got down. Then the top came down.
What was that like when the top came down?
All right, look at me, man. It was fucking frightening. It was frightening as all hell. Come on.
The loud rumble? Tell me about that.
I don't know. I don't remember anything after that. I just crawled out. But I lost my people. I don't know where they are.
All right, so hang in there, man. All right. We'll let them know you're all right. All right, thank you so much. We're going worldwide. We're Reuters Television. What's your name?
John Moore. I'm a former counterterrorism analyst with INR at the State Department.
Okay, tell me, what do you think about all this? What's going on here?
Well, obviously, you had 2 aircraft hit. As far as a group responsible, modus operandi could be the Harakat out of Pakistan, Afghanistan. Hezbollah has also done such actions before. Also, Palestinian secularists.
What did you see? Why are you here?
I'm here. I was just in the area, and when it happened, I just ran down here.
What did you see when it happened? What happened?
I did not see the incident myself. I saw the aftermath of the incident. I saw the tower when it fell.
What was that like?
Just bad. Just bad. I mean, it seems like the evacuation has gone relatively well. Seems pretty quiet here. Okay. They've got different crisis centers set up. You should have different teams coming in. With the incident going on in Washington, though, you never know. It's a multiple contingency. Your people will be strapped. Not sure what's going to happen.
John Moore, M-O-O?
M-O-O-R-E.
I was on the 22nd floor.
for one World Trade Center. We have to make sure that the people are out also. Almost all the people were out. But after the second blast, everything was so dark. We decided we have to go out. And I was waiting outside to make sure that our team workers are okay.
Their lives. Wait for their lives. Yes. What was it? We're standing there directing traffic on Morris Street and the West Side Highway. All of a sudden, a loud noise. Building came tumbling down, creating a lot of smoke and ash and gray and fire. Couldn't see a thing. Could not see a thing. I ran for my life, ran through the tunnel. It got so cloudy in there and foggy and choky with smoke, I couldn't even breathe. Somebody came back and gave me a lift out of the tunnel. It's scary, really scary.
There were firefighters directed below the building, right?
I couldn't see that far. Everything came crashing out, everybody ran. I was directing traffic, there was people up there already, yes.
And there were people down below, too.
They were down below, yeah. I was 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away, and it was messed up. Yeah, as you can see, it's still coming down now. Still coming down. It is scary. One scary thing.
Rescue people because you have to risk your own life.
Can't. It's hard to see. I just found out from one of the guys that a plane hit the Pentagon too. So I don't know what's going on. There's a terrorist attack now.
Your name?
Officer Mike Lito.
I know, it's hard. Lito, like the...
LETO from Truck Enforcement. LETO.
Can I have a number to reach you? Just close to the scene, you're kind of covered with stuff.
We were about a block away, and all of a sudden, everyone just started running all over the place, and the building fell, and then soot and smoke just engulfed the whole area. It's absolutely unbelievable. Pretty terrifying. That's all really that I have to say. Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, it was two planes. It was 2 planes that happened.
How close were you?
We were divided 20 by 125th Broad Street.
Okay.
That's where we were.
So, across the street?
Well, just debris flying, so we had to get out of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What? I was in the first building that was hit. It seemed like a plane hit. We thought it was an earthquake. We were on the 10th floor. The whole thing was shaking, swaying like you wouldn't believe. Then we all went into the hallways. We ran down the stairs. A lot of people fell, were getting hurt. Then when we got outside the building, the second plane went crashing into the other building. And then the whole top of the building just collapsed now. That's what I'm hearing. Unbelievable. Tony Ciarinella. Ciarnella. I work for Bank of America. That's a good question. I really don't know. Too far ahead. I know we have a contingency site. We're probably going to end up there. I think that there's some really crazy people in this world. This is just not too many innocent people. People were jumping off the building, body parts all over the place. I mean, this is just. I feel like I was in a movie, and I'm just so happy I'm alive. And I wish my wife could hear me because I know she's trying to page me. I'm all right. I'm a little hurt, but I'm okay.
Hello, BBN. BBN, yeah. BIBIAN. AYONOTE. Ayanote. BBN Ayanote. Like, I was just sitting down and they told me that a plane crashed into World Trade Center, and I was like, how is that possible? Then we went to look, because I work in Goldman Sachs and it overlooks the World Trade Center. We went to the other conference room, and as we were looking, the other plane, the second plane, just flew into the building.
Right, and then you just saw the whole thing just explode. The top 1/3 of the Trade Center was just in flames because I was right over there. And then bodies started just falling out of the building over there. And then, and then on the ground, people started to panic and trample other people. There was blood on the road out there because people got hurt, people got trampled. It's a nightmare. It's really a nightmare. Rose Harris. Rose Harris. At Goldman Sachs. New York Plaza. So we're taking a long walk home. And as we were leaving, there was another explosion down there. On State Street. That's where we tried to go.
My name is Greg Sherry. And yes. Okay. I work on the 20th floor at the World Trade Center. I'm just traumatized right now. But World Trade 1. And I was working at my desk on the 20th floor, and all of a sudden, the impact I thought it was a bomb. Just lifted everybody off our seats, and it was screaming. But I was proud of my co-workers, everybody. It was calm. We took the stairways. There was a little panic, but we took the stairways. But then when we got to the bottom, the elevators, they were all cracked. They were coming down. More debris was coming down. Yes. No, they popped. The cable popped. The elevator, it just cramped, tumbling down. So when we got to the exit, another plane came in and more debris. They wouldn't let us out the building. I thought that was it. But I just want to let you know that my wife, Barbara, I'm safe, and my mother. Thank you. Okay. I'm just happy I got out, and hope my co-workers and everyone are safe. That's it. My past came before me, but I thought maybe this was some type of earthquake. I ran to the window like I was some fool to see if it was an earthquake. I didn't see other buildings tumbling, so the first thing that came to my mind was that it was a bomb. So, no, I was still inside. When we got to the bottom, we were ready to leave the building. They told us not to get, that's when the other plane hit and everything was falling. They told us to stay inside the building, and it was just chaos. I saw bodies flying everywhere. It was something I never experienced.
Take care of yourself, take care of your family, get home before we go.
I just wanted to find out what are they telling people about a plan?
They're not telling nothing. I don't have any.
Are you here on backup? Or?
I'm here on backup.
Yeah. Have you been able to, are all your guys okay?
We're trying to find them right now.
You're trying to find out if the emergency personnel are okay?
I'm with the fire marshals. We're doing a fire investigation. So we're just trying to get together right now. We have nothing.
It's pretty crazy. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Well, I just saw it actually when it just blew up. You know, it was a big explosion and just fall down pretty much.
Did it fall forward or fall together or fall in pieces?
No, fall to pieces, just like that. On the left side, you see over there at the tower. On that side, actually, fall just like that.
Thank you.
Left side. You're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Rich. I was working at the Ritz-Carlton, Villalba. Spell it? V-I-L-L-A-L-V-A.
And you work at the Ritz-Carlton?
We were doing construction at the Ritz-Carlton, and it came on the bay side, came right past our window, and the plane started angling like this.
Big plane?
From what I saw, it was so fast, went by so fast, it looked like a commercial, like the United, I think. And he angled like he was going to take out more floors, looked like, you know, and just hit. We evacuated the building, and I don't even know where we're walking to now. You know. Yeah, you don't think I could walk to Jersey, do you?
As soon as you get out of here, there might be mass transit available, that kind of thing. Okay, but you're all right. And you saw what happened? God, we're gonna have to go check her. Shadow her, please.
I was on Liberty Street. It's terrible. Oh my God.
In the building originally?
No, I was on my way to work, and the dust come down and cover us. We had to feel our way out from the dust. It's just bad. All I need now is to get to Brooklyn. Yeah.
What do you do?
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping, okay. Do a shut of her toes, please. What happened to your shoes?
Girl, I can't study shoe at all. Shoes are kind of frustrating.
What is your name? I need your number, and I'm going to try and get you emergency call.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Shirley John.
Shirley? Oh, Shirley. Shirley.
You work in number 1 World Trade?
Yes, I do.
And what floor were you?
72nd floor. They're very strong buildings, as you remember from the blast the last time. So,
But what does it take as an engineer to do the job? Oh no! Let's get ready.
The frantic dash up Church Street resumed after the North Tower.
You were in Tower 2 when it happened?
Which one? I just came out of. Which one that fell? I was the one that didn't fall. Tower
Did it
1.
fall towards you? You were still in Tower 1?
No, we just come out. We were walking. We just come out of Tower 1. We were walking towards Broadway. They're saying, "Move along, move along, move along." I looked up as soon as we got across the street. I looked up. I saw the building start, the tower start to buckle. I just turned and ran, ducked down, put a jacket over my head. 3 or 4 of us huddled together, and it was just black everywhere.
Were you covered? Were you hit with debris?
No. But I mean, I was ducked behind a subway cover. So, with the jacket over, the 3 of us, all of us huddled together. There was, dust and whatnot everywhere.
Oh my God, no, down!
What do you think of this?
It's crazy. It's terrible. How can just believe the 2 buildings now is gone?
Did you see it collapse?
Yeah, no, I don't see it.
Just
1 second.
Yeah, it looked like.
Just smoking.
Yeah, it looked like you see in the movies when they demolish a building.
Exactly.
That's how it went down.
How did he? The bone is stronger. The bone in it.
Oh yeah. The plane.
Very, very strong. How can destroy this big building here? This bone is very strong.
I know her actually, but hi. Could you just tell me? Am I too far down? When we come
You're fine.
Tell me what happened. Tell me where you were and what happened.
I was on the 10th floor of Stuyvesant High School, and we saw the planes crash, 2 planes into it. I don't think together, and there was like fire, and then there was lots of smoke, and then they made us stay in the school until police came in to tell us to evacuate. And I think there's got to be people still in there because they're all up and down the building. But
and you got out.
I don't know.
You're on the first floor.
Yeah, and they made us run all the way from and a few people from the school. Here's the kids. Here's kids. That's Sty. And yeah, we saw the whole thing come down. I don't think.
What did people say? What were people saying?
What we heard was that it was blown up. The World Financial Center was blown up, and it was that I'm sure you guys noticed that there's stuff happening in Washington. The same thing happened in Washington. And
what did you see? What did you actually see?
I saw a plane hit the World Trade Center, and I saw the building fall down like you see in those crazy TV shows, all the ash coming from it, and there was ash coming in our windows, and we had to close the windows. And
how do you feel?
Well, in the beginning, I was weird because everybody was upset, and I was totally fine. And then suddenly, when I came out of the building and saw it fall, and I was actually running from the smoke, and then I flipped out, and I ran all the way up here. That's where you found me. Okay, but all right, thanks. Oh my God.
You got her name on tape?
Yeah, Sabrina, what's your last name?
Howell.
Which one do you use?
Howell, H-O-W-E-L-L. Oh my God.
Do I need parental permission?
Where's redial on his phone?
Don't worry about it. You got it too, Jimmy. Don't worry about it.
No, she didn't know. Did you press redial?
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Press redial.
Press redial. You're on.
I got one.
No answer.
Probably cut off yourself.
Busy.
3-1 Alpha to 3-1 Battalion.
And?
Don't worry about it.
6, send, dial. No signal. Here's your
Cell
phone.
phone's out there.
Sorry, man. Sorry about blood on your phone.
Don't worry about it.
Anybody else got a phone?
Anyone try mine?
631 226
I don't want to worry.
9595. What channel is that, pal? Is it live? 631-226-9595. Tell my sister I'm okay.
What happened?
We was in an explosion. We was in the lobby and the third explosion, the whole lobby collapsed on us.
You're kidding
What was
me.
it like?
Horrible.
It's like hell.
You don't want to know.
The whole building just collapsed on us inside the lobby.
Was that a secondary explosion?
Yes, it was.
That was
So it was planned probably?
Yeah, definitely secondary explosion. Because we was inside waiting to go upstairs, and on the way upstairs, the whole fucking plane blew. And we just collapsed on everybody inside the lobby.
Similar to the first tower coming down, secondary?
I don't know about the first one, but I know the second one was terrible. Then there was a third one too after that one.
Third explosion after that?
That's right. Everybody was inside the building, waiting to go upstairs, and they just let loose. Everything just let loose inside the building.
So what you told me is that there was the plane or whatever hit the building, then a secondary explosion.
It was like 3 explosions after that. We came in after the fire. We came when the fire was going on already. We was in the staging area inside the building, waiting to go upstairs. Then they exploded. The whole lobby collapsed on the lobby inside.
And it was this mayhem after that?
Just man, everybody tried to make their way out.
Just trying to help all the brothers get out.
A lot of people trapped inside.
I was sitting in the Brooklyn Navy Yard across from Brooklyn. We watched the first explosion. As we were watching the buildings, I saw a black, very large airplane fly right into the second building. It came out of the south, right in front of our eyes. Just, it was so surreal, like a movie set.
Second and third explosions also, right?
We were in the building for the third one. It just collapsed. I was on this drive here for the other one.
Just trying to find anybody to lead your way out the building.
Beg your pardon? I'd say like 50% of what units that were on scene.
So far, everybody's
a lot of people in that building.
Take
off your jacket.
You're just trying to lead your way out.
Open up your jacket. You're going to dehydrate there.
People don't understand. There may be more. Any one of these fucking buildings could blow up. This ain't done yet.
This is on top of this. This couldn't be no worse than this. Couldn't be nothing no more worse than this. You're in the building trying to help people, and it's exploding on the inside the building. So I don't think it can get any worse than this.
What's your name, sir?
Tyrone Johnson.
And what's up?
Flat Company 24.
So who are you trying to get a phone call to? I'll keep hitting redial.
My sister. 631-226-9595. Tell her I'm all right.
What's your name?
Jimmy. Jimmy Grillo. Ladder 24.
Jimmy, what happened?
We were in the lobby gathering to go up and start doing a search on the upper floors. As we were getting our gear on and making our way to the stairway, there was a heavy-duty explosion. And everybody just started running for the door. Everybody was trapped. Eventually, when the dust lifted, I saw some light and started screaming for everybody to go out towards the light. I managed to get Tyrone out and a couple other guys that have already gone over to Jersey City via a boat. It was fucked. It was unbelievable in there. This guy's still trapped. We couldn't get to.
Message to your family?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm okay.
Well, 933 it's good. 2600. That's for
As tragedies go, what do you? The people who do something like this can even begin to?
They're animals. They're animals. It should be an act of war. It should be war. Nobody's safe. We're not safe. Even all these little buildings, we're not safe. Don't go too close.
Jimmy, you said, what is your last name?
Grillo. Grillo.
And what ladder company are you from, Jimmy? 24?
24 truck.
Tyrone, is everyone safe?
Take care of those
Jim, how you doing?
Tonight?
So far, everybody's all right. He's in there. He's in the building.
Sir?
Go help. Jimmy, don't get too close, Jimmy. They're still blowing up, Jimmy. Still heard more explosions. Need O2?
Can you tell me what happened? What'd you see?
I saw windows coming out of the building and the ceiling falling on the floor where I was walking. That's when we started heading for the exit. And
Then we got downstairs.
we got to the fourth floor from
all the way to the
82nd
lobby,
floor.
and all of a sudden there was this big explosion. I don't know
And everything went
just
black.
like what you just seen. That's what we went through before we came out of the building. Then when we get out the building, then another smoke cloud came. We had to go through that smoke cloud again. Mom, I just want you to know I'm all right. I don't know what else to tell you. We came from the 82nd floor, and I don't know what my peoples are. I don't know. I hope to God they're okay. That's what I can say. I don't know what
we saw a shadow. It looked like a plane. Next thing we know, it was boom, boom, and the floor started shaking. And then we saw debris fall down, and next thing we know, we had to get out of the building. We stuck on the stairs for a while. We finally got down to the lobby. Then we get to the lobby, it was this big explosion. I don't know what it was. It's just a cloud, just like what you just saw. Big cloud of smoke like
We
that.
thought we escaped that.
We escaped, and then we wanted to come out and run
we
to
saw a wall of clouds like pyroclastic. It was heading toward us. That's when we started running. I thought we'd be able to outrun it, but we couldn't. It was pitch black. It was like a comet just hit the earth.
Like a comet?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at your clothes. Look at
Whatever this stuff is, I hope it doesn't kill you.
What floor are you on?
I was on 82nd. I was consulting there for the real estate department, and we first heard the blast, and then the ceiling in our office started falling down, and the wiring behind the ceiling, everything started falling. And we looked out the window, we saw windows coming down from above. That's when I started saying that, well, this is not just an ordinary emergency. It must be something really big. Before this second explosion, somebody was telling us a plane hit the building, but we don't know about it. I was hoping it's not a suicide bomber or something. Well, I don't know right now. Definitely don't give up now. Come on, don't give up.
I'm just tired, I'm tired. Just
Southern Tower. Floor. 39th.
How did it begin? What happened?
I have no idea. I just heard the reports that just the other tower was crashed by an airplane.
Hey, what's your name?
Tom Canavan.
Tom, what happened, man?
Big boom. Come down the steps, everything fine till we got to the basement, and then everything just fell in. I got trapped under there with another guy, crawled out, kept getting hit in the head, hit bags all around. Finally, we clawed our way out over the rubble. Come on, we did it right.
All right, where to be, Tom? Let's go. This way.
Everything just went black. Everything came down, glass started popping. People got hurt, stuff went on top of them, and it was a big explosion. Everything got dark, real dark, like snow. You can see behind me, oh, this is not snow, this is all from the building. It was a terrible nightmare.
And I'm looking up, I'm trying to call the station, trying to have fun where we are. And I look up and the tower just starts crumbling down. And everybody in the street just stops and started crying and bawling. And I'm standing next to a fireman, he said, yeah, they just bombed the Pentagon too.
I was standing next to One World Trade Center, and then all of a sudden I heard rumbling, and we all started running away from it. The glass blew out and threw me onto the sidewalk, and I couldn't see for 20 seconds. And then I started seeing vaguely the street, and I just started walking, and my eyesight came back.
I see you're bloody. You have dust all over you.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like a dust storm or something. I couldn't see anything.
How badly are you hurt?
I have no idea.
This, I don't know if you can.
I got it, yeah.
Answer.
You
ready?
Yep.
Good?
Yeah, good.
All right.
Davey, you and I and Jack and Keith were all in the middle of this thing when all of a sudden the building collapsed. What was going through your head?
I mean, first of all, I didn't think we were that close. We were half a block from the scene, but when this thunderous roar happened and the building started to come down, I thought we were far enough away. Next thing you know, a plume of smoke just enveloped us, which is once it turned black, I don't know where to turn. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking I stayed here too long. Way too long, because I thought I was going to be able to run, get away from the smoke, but within seconds it had caught up to me, enveloped me, turned pitch black, couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and at that point I was way worried that I'd stayed a little too long.
Great footage though.
great footage, but at what cost?
Now we're back here. Have you ever seen the city look like this?
No, it's surreal. I mean, it's the only way to describe it. It's surreal. You can't walk into the streets. It's a ghost town now. It's very quiet, contrary to what it was hours ago. But I don't think anyone in this country has seen anything like this.
Behind you, there's no more tower.
There's no tower. It's, and unfortunately, a lot of people dead underneath the rubble.
Good. Jack, tell me what was going through your mind when you were shooting that stuff.
When I first got on the scene, it was like I've never seen before. People getting ready to, helpless people at the top of the building, waving their hands, ready to leap out of the building, overcome by smoke. I got on the scene, and basically,
you see people jumping out of the windows, and
it's almost unreal when you're looking through a camera when you're seeing things happen, and things just so happen to be that way.
Now, when the building collapsed, we saw your footage. You actually started running. What happened?
As the building collapsed, I was maybe 200 feet from the building, and rolling on the footage, and overwhelmed by feelings of.
Did you think this was it?
I thought it was it. I was saying my prayers. It was. We were overcome by blackness and smoke, and I was running from the building. I didn't know what was going to hit me in the back. It was basically I was just hanging on to. I was trying to calm myself down, hold on to my breath, and I was saying my prayers. I thought it was it.
Good to see you alive.
Yeah, you too.
Let's switch them around.
They're driving around shooting. They arrested 2 Iranians. Oh, they're shooting. I'm serious. It's like you should have saw me running. I
told you. Did you hear that they have a bus? They caught a bus, a buck or a truck.
A van full of bombs, right?
Oh no! Somebody said there was a truck. They had a picture of the World Trade Center with a plane flying into it. They caught it.
Three at the same time.
Under attack.
Chicago, Pentagon, in Chicago, the Pentagon, and that got hit at the same time.
Yeah, it's obviously orchestrated. How you declare war on something you can't see?
No. Put me in office, I'll show you.
Them niggas, they got on TV, niggas protect this stuff.
Put me in office and I'll show you how to declare war on something you can't see.
I know who do. Yo, they get on TV, the motherfuckers happening in their country right now. They showing on TV.
Yo, they want.
That's serious.
Are you trying to figure like this? If the U.S. going around helping everybody, in other words, not minding their own business. You get into something you don't know nothing about it, they gonna mess with you. And I'm like, why don't you leave them alone? And they come over and mess with you.
They got fucked. That's exactly what they got fucked up.
Wow.
But them niggas blew up the 2 buildings, they got fucked up.
Here's what I don't get. Is how our CIA and our FBI had no clue.
That's because it's an inside job.
You know why? But that's scary. How could Iranians get in Boston, one flight, Boston to New York, hijack it, and check this out. What do you call it? I forgot.
Probably got the Pentagon.
Iranians and Iraq. Hold on, wait. These gentlemen, they're from the time of birth, they're born to commit suicide.
Oh, the suicide bomber.
That's exactly what it was.
Hey, listen.
Oh, you know what?
They flew that plane right dead into the tower.
Like you can't.
But you know,
you cannot program me to do it.
It's when these terrorist countries finally figure out nuclear warheads. They don't have to launch it anywhere. They detonate it on themselves. And then the world has got radioactive fallout.
This is control from the Empire.
You don't have to launch a nuclear powered thing anymore. We've got.
I always thought they would bomb Times
We've got
Square.
enough megatons.
It's the most popular area in New York City.
It's all about capitalism.
So y'all said they were shooting? It's election day too.
It is election day, ain't it?
No, bro, not the
election.
This is primary. It could be political. And I didn't go to talk to them about that shit today too.
You gotta walk to Brooklyn, son.
I
Brooklyn, who hasn't been Queens? Right over the bridge.
Queens, you go right there to the M train for 25.
Well, I came in the A train where it comes in Church and Chambers Street, right in that intersection. And as soon as I just came out of the train station, I saw the blast in the building. I took the camera I had with me. I took pictures of that, and I stood in the area all the time just to see if something happened. I mean, if someone needed help or anything. Suddenly, a lot of people were running towards from the south side uptown. And then the second explosion, right in the second explosion when it hit the other building, it looked like a bomb, but they told me there was another airplane that hit the other side. But from the angle that I was in Chambers, it looked like a bomb. I took pictures of that too. And there were some people hurt. All the debris was hitting people that were running up south to north, and it was terrible. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. There was this girl that had a big hole in her leg. She was bleeding. Would you try to help her? We took her down. The cops took her and took her to Pace Hospital, and I mean, it was incredible. It was incredible, all the scene. I work in the municipal building. All the municipal buildings are closed. Everybody got out. And then thank God that we moved out of there, because when the second tower, number 2, fall down, everybody was running towards by Lafayette. Everybody was running towards north, and running down by Broadway. We saw when number 1 fall down too. We took pictures of that too. In the same exact moment where everything was running up,
Can I get your name,
down.
sir?
Yeah, my name is Richard.
Richard, what's your last name?
Rivera.
Rivera?
Correct. Richard Rivera.
And where are you from?
I live here in New York.
Do you live in Manhattan?
In Manhattan, Upper Manhattan.
Okay.
I live Upper Manhattan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Tony, you hear me?
Can you tell us your name?
My name's Paul Lemos.
And what are you doing down here? What do you do?
I've been here the last 3 days putting up a stage and a set for a company out of Quebec. They were advertising their city.
And what did you see happen this morning?
I saw...
Where were you when it happened?
Well, what happened was I was supposed to be at work at 9 o'clock. I got here about 10 till, and as I was coming out of the subway below the World Trade Center, I got to the top, and somebody screamed, I heard a big boom, and somebody screamed, bomb. And then everybody started running down the escalators, and I kind of held my position, and I saw through the glass windows a bunch of debris falling from the sky. And in between the center, there's like a big globe. It's a courtyard with a stage, and I just saw stuff crashing down, and I didn't know what it was. So as everybody was running out, I was by myself. I went outside and I looked up, and the World Trade Center was on fire. And it was 90. I found out later it was like 96 flights high, and there was all this smoke, and I started to see people dropping out.
Which building were you running out of?
I was running out of, the subway stations are directly underneath the World Trade Centers, each tower.
So you were inside the World
I was underneath the tower. I was at the basement of the Trade Center when the explosion happened. And then when I came out, I looked up. Well, I wasn't in the basement, I was next door to it. I looked up and I saw it, and then out of the corner of my eye, I saw what I thought was a plane. I found out later it was. I saw something hit the second tower. And when I saw that, it just was, everything rumbled, and I saw all this fire just shoot out in the sky, and stuff started just falling like it was raining. And I was by myself, and I just ran, and I hid underneath the scaffold, and I just started selling metal and rock and tons of glass just falling from the sky, and I was frightened. And I looked around, and the police officer was running by because I saw what I thought was a person. And I said, "Sir, I just saw somebody fall." He goes, "There's a lot of people jumping out right now." And I said, "Oh my God." So he says, "Get over here." So he walked me across the street to that American Express building, and I sat there. And as I was sitting there, I looked up, and they were trying to get everything in control. There was a fire department, everybody was there. And I started seeing people they started jumping out of the window, like at the 96th floors. They just started one at a time from different parts of the building. I just started seeing people just drop. And I must have counted like 30 or 40 people, you know. And as I was standing there, the mayor of New York, I heard some commotion, and I looked, and he had just walked up, and he had a group of people around him, and he was like 20 feet from me. But I looked at him, and when I looked at him, he had just happened to look up, and somebody was falling from the tower, and he just grabbed his face and he stepped back because it was horrifying. And then I was sitting there a few minutes later, there was a boom. I was talking to two firemen. There was a boom, and I was directly at the foot of the Trade Center at this point, and they heard a boom. And I found out later there's a hotel in between the two towers, the Marriott. I believe it's the Marriott, and it's like 30 stories. It collapsed, and it just started hitting into this highway, and it started coming right at us. So everybody that was working had to run for their lives because it was a bunch of debris. I mean, it looked like it's like a miniature. It looked like somebody was dumping like a construction into a dumpster, but blow it up like a world. It looked like it was a miniature set. That's what it looked like. It just was so huge, you couldn't believe that anything could be that big. It was like a tidal wave, and it came at us, and we started running for our lives. And people got knocked over. There was rocks flying into people. I got hit in the back of the head with the rock, and then the smoke caught up to me and passed me, and it wasn't smoke, it was brown, because it was the dirt. And it was getting in my lungs, and the rocks were falling in my eyes. And then I got past this bridge here, and that's where it stopped. And when I got there were people there, and I was just completely covered in white. I was completely brown, and somebody was helping me get some water because I couldn't talk. And then as I was sitting there, a few minutes went by, and I saw all these fire department men and police coming out, and they were completely covered. And there was a Poland Springs guy who pulls water up, and I just jumped in and started opening these big gallons and just giving them to the guys as they came by, because I had just gone to it, so I knew that they needed water. And I stood there for a few minutes, and then I don't know how much time went by. All of a sudden I looked up, and about 20 stories below, at least that's what it looked like to me, about 75 flights up below the fire, I saw from the corner, boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits just went down, and then I just saw the whole building just went, and as the bombs were going, people just started running, and I sat there and watched a few of them explode, and then I just turned around and I just started running for my life, because at that point the World Trade Center was coming right down, right above us, and everybody ran as fast as they possibly could. And I don't know how many people didn't make it, but I know that I went back in there about an hour later, and I don't know what a war zone's like, but if that's anything like it, I don't ever want to see it, because the fire trucks that were there originally were on fire, windows were blown out, cars were exploding, the bridge that goes across that I was working on is down. There's big holes in the side of buildings that the explosion fired out to, and I don't even want to know about the bodies that fell that they haven't gotten to yet. So
the second thing that was falling on you was the second building.
That was the second thing. First off, there was the first plane that hit, then the second plane, and then time passed, and then the third one wasn't an explosion. It was a collapse of the building between the two because of all the debris, and it got too much weight, so it just collapsed. But the last one was the Trade Center itself. This first one here, where it started. Now they told me afterwards it wasn't explosions. I was talking to one of the architects that they pulled in, because he was talking to me about it. He said, "What did you see?" I said, "I saw the fire, and when I looked up, I saw around the 70, because the fire was on the 96th floor. So I looked down, and it happened probably 70, 75. I can't be specific. I looked, and I could see the corner, and it just started going pop. It just started going boom, 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 boom." And he goes, "How fast?" I go, "Like firecrackers."
So the first time you were being dusted off and resting, you then had to escape from that place the second time when the trade tower fell on you.
Yeah.
And you saw it coming toward you?
Yes.
What happened? Just down there?
Yeah, beyond that bridge. So when I got to a place that we thought were safe, that's why what happened was they had shut it off beyond that bridge. But each time the building collapsed, they've been pushing us out further because there's more debris. So I was on the second one. The first one I was on the other side of the bridge. On the second one, it was right before it.
And when you said it was falling like a set, that was before the first one, before the big building fell, before the Trade Center fell.
Yeah, before the Trade Center fell.
But when the Trade Center fell, it was coming toward you?
Well, no, the whole thing collapsed, and it just...
But then the top of it tipped over.
No, I didn't. No. It went straight down.
Right.
It went straight down. But what happens is, because there's so many buildings, the debris kind of follows the building lines and then goes into what the open is. So it went right into the street.
And all this mess we're seeing right down at the end of on West Side Highway here, what is that?
Oh, this?
Yeah, I mean, down there where there's debris across the street.
Okay, you see how you got a bridge here? That's another bridge.
Yeah, the bridge beyond.
Yes, and that's the bridge that connected the World Trade Center to that building right there, the American Express Center. And that's the bridge I was working on. I had just worked on it.
And that's where all the debris from above came.
It landed on there, and then it pushed itself out towards this way.
Okay, tell me again what you do for a living.
I'm a filmmaker, but I was working on a set, building a set for a company.
What kind of
doing
set?
lighting. It was you know, Quebec is just.
It was a film set.
No. It was a set for
a stage.
A stage.
And how do you spell your name?
Lemos.
Lemos. Your
first name is Paul. Paul.
And where do you live?
I live in Manhattan.
And where were you to have worked today?
I was going to be working on that bridge that's collapsed now.
That's where the set was going to be.
Yeah. Well, we already started there. I've been there 3 days. This is our last day there. We were just going to fine tune.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You have a phone.
So I hear these fires, and go back up there on the 72nd, I heard these fires on the 72nd, go back over to fire extinguisher, believe it or not, and then I was like, screw it, because there's too many people in the hall. 68 floors now, we get to like the 5th floor, smoke's starting to come back up, we had to take a detour. It just took a while, firemen were there, they're coming up, they're tired and exhausted and doing a hell of a job, and then we go out through the west side entrance, west side highway entrance, and it's unbelievable. The whole Marriott is caved in, and there's dust and debris all over the place. And I was thinking of going back to try and find people from my office, but it was chaos. So John's like, "Let's go." I start to leave, and I see people jumping from the top of the World Trade Center, and then I'm walking out, and some reporter's interviewing me, and I'm standing next to John, and then the top of the thing blew up, and it just exploded, started coming down. I was running for my life, and me, the fireman, John, we were just taking off, man, and this shit was falling down behind us. It was coming up behind us, and I just saw this truck, and I knew it was right behind me, and I just slid underneath it, and I thought it was John behind me, and it was a fireman, and we stayed down there, and everything just went black. Shit was coming down all over us. This last explosion, and everybody's screaming. Then I got up and I found John walking up north. I don't know if that reporter made it out. He was filming me. I'm like, I don't know if he got hit, because this stuff is coming down fast. And the other thing is, I don't even know if that woman that I carried down, I don't know if that ambulance got out after that last explosion. So
you were on the 5th floor when the reporter was interviewing you, or
no, I was on the ground. This all happened on the ground, the second explosion. I'm running down West Side Highway here with the stuff falling down behind me.
This firefighter rescued people from 2 World Trade Center.
Like, what did it feel like?
Very hot, pitch dark, couldn't see almost anything. Almost crawling on your feet. A lot of debris everywhere going. A lot of rebar, a lot of broken glass, a lot of brick. Just not really too much smoke at the time, but a lot of debris.
And what about the people?
There are people in there.
Another firefighter watched debris crush everyone on his truck but him.
Well, what was it like when it collapsed? Was it
nightmare, total blindness, choking feeling. You know, you're covered in dust, rubble, smoke, everything.
It's an unbelievable sight. I've never seen something like this, and I'm 20 years on this job. This is the worst I've ever seen it before. It's unbelievable, the devastation. We got burnt cars. We have the top of the World Trade Center toppled onto the street. We have we don't know how many people are missing right now. We don't have that number yet, but I'm sure that there is.
We've heard reports that there are just bodies littering the street.
Well, there's reports of people trapped inside the building, but we haven't gone. We can't go in yet until the fire's under control.
When you first saw it and walked up to it, you heard it as you were racing to it, but to see it's another thing. What's the first thing that went through your head just after initially seeing it?
I just wanted to cry, to be honest with you. It's terrible.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Stay safe.
Real quick.
Hold on. Yeah, we're quick. It's going to take 2 seconds to fire this up. Hold on. Speed, go. Your name, ma'am?
Barbara Crowley.
Crowley.
NYU Medical Center.
Okay, tell me what you know.
All I know at this point is they're trying to establish an outdoor hospital facility like we've set up at Chelsea Piers, a triage unit, for the personnel that are attending to the scene, not to the injured in the scene. They can't get in to get any casualties out at this time. They don't know the extent of it at this point. What we're doing now is going up to get medical supplies, to bring down trauma physicians down here, to set up the surgical unit and the triage unit down here, in addition to, if anybody out there can help, any vendors who have food or supplies. The firemen have no food, nothing but snacks. They need fluids, they need water, and they need protein foods. This is just the beginning of what they're facing. So we need masks. We need TB masks. Holy shit! What is it?
Just went down.
What just went down?
World Trade 7.
It did go down before.
No, 7. Number 7.
Oh my God!